Auburn University is now a Nike school, and it's got the fans discussing alternate uniforms for the football team. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Uptempo podcast. I'm your host, Dustin Smith, and damn it, it feels good, doesn't it? Auburn is now officially a Nike school. 2 decades of Under Armour is now in the past, and man, really excited for the future of Auburn athletics. And a debate has popped up on social media that even Under Armour has popped up every summer. The alternate uniform debate for the football team. The people want to see something different. The younger people, especially the old heads, kind of stuck in their ways. They want to keep it traditional. So that's what I want to discuss today. It's a very hot topic right now amongst Auburn Twitter and Facebook out there on the social media world. So before we do that, man, please do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up button. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. And it helps me out a lot, guys, when you share the video out on social media. So first day as a Nike school. And over the past week or so, you've seen people starting to post online mock jerseys, what Auburn will look like with the orange top, what a blue helmet, blue top, blue pants would look like. And honestly, I've seen some good ones out there that I really like. So before we get into it, I just want to kind of lay out where I originally stood on this because my opinion has changed. I was a hardliner for a long time. And if you listen to this show, you know that I'm kind of a traditionalist, right? I was a hardliner for a long time. Auburn should only wear white on the road, should only wear blue at home. They're the best uniforms in sports. There's no reason to change it. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of people have the perception that when Auburn did wear orange back in the day, that they got smashed. You know, Doug Barfield was the coach at Auburn between 1978 and 1980, and he wore orange 4 times. And the perception is that you hear a lot is that Auburn lost those games and didn't look good, and that's why we shouldn't do it now. The truth of the matter is Auburn was 2-1-1 in those games under Doug Barfield wearing the orange jerseys. So perception, not exactly reality there. I always had heard growing up from the older Auburn fans, we wore them with Doug Barfield, and we always got beat when we did it. It's actually not true. According to Auburn Uniform Database, Clint Richardson over there does a great job of tracking Auburn's uniforms throughout the history. And now Auburn did wear orange way back in the day from 1928 to 1947. So there have, that's a long time ago, obviously. So I don't want to, really count that. But throughout the long history of Auburn football, there have been different uniform combinations. But since 1955, it has been blue at home, white on the road, with very little exception there. So Auburn fans very proud of the tradition, and rightfully they should be. And again, I was one of those. I'll tell you where I'm at with it now. For me, I look at it like this. Tradition in college football has gone by the wayside. Auburn's going to play a schedule this year in which Auburn plays Baylor, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Okay? 3 of those 4 are conference games. Auburn doesn't play Ole Miss, Mississippi State, LSU, Florida, or Tennessee. So Auburn will play Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M as SEC games in the same season they don't play a team from Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, or Tennessee. So tradition, it's just, unfortunately, college football has put us in this position as fans as to where it just doesn't hold a lot of weight anymore. I want Auburn to win those games. I'm going to be fired up, but I don't feel the same way about Oklahoma, Missouri, and A&M as I would if Auburn was playing Ole Miss or LSU. But this is the world that we live in college football. We've seen things like bowl games just be diminished. They just don't really mean as much, right? For me, I don't even think they should really count on your overall record anymore. I mean, it's just second and third strings playing each other. No one's really taking it serious. You got guys in the portal beforehand. It's just a mess. So bowl games have kind of deteriorated. traditional conference rivalries. I mean, you've got USC playing in the Big Ten now, you know? And we could go, you've got Cal playing in the ACC. You've got kids playing at schools, 3 or 4 schools in their collegiate career. You got a running back playing for Florida one year and the next year going to Georgia, an arch rival, because the NIL deal was fat. I'm not here to complain and make this a complaint about, everything going on in college football. But the point I'm making is with so much changing, I do not care about uniform tradition the way that I once did, because there's already been so many shocks to the senses for me as the college football fan. I've already seen so many crazy things that I thought I never would see that kind of have rocked the foundation of the sport, that I'm kind of over holding on to Auburn should only wear these uniforms. Every other tradition has gone away pretty much. At least it feels that way. That's just kind of the mood around the sport right now. So it wouldn't bother me the way that it would have 3 or 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, if I saw Auburn run out in something different, I would have been furious. But for that main reason I just stated, just the how much college football has changed, it's just I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, Auburn, do it. I mean, if you want to wear alternate uniforms, you do it. And I think that the arguments for changing the uniforms, and I respect the arguments against it, right? Like if Auburn if Auburn never wears alternate uniforms in their 10-year contract with Nike, I'm fine. Like I think Auburn's road uniforms, an extremely biased opinion here. But I think that Auburn's road uniforms are the best in sports. Like the all white look, especially with the white face mask, it's filthy. And I love the home look with the orange face mask. So whatever Auburn does, I don't want it to be too busy. Like if Auburn does go with something different, I don't want it to be crazy, like tiger stripes, or orange on orange on orange. Like let's not do something outrageous here. Make sure that it still looks clean and it still looks traditional. I think about a team like Ohio State. I think about a team like Tennessee who have iconic traditional uniforms, but have been able to pull off clean alternates that didn't take away from that iconic brand. I like some of Ohio State's alternates. Tennessee's done some cool stuff. So same thing with Florida. Florida's got some really cool alternate uniforms. So if there's a company that could pull this off, it's definitely Nike. And I think back to 2009. Auburn played Ole Miss on Halloween. It was a Navy Nightmare game. I was at the game. It was actually the game that Zach Etheridge broke his neck. And Gene Chiswick's first year. And Auburn, the whole crowd wore navy blue on a rainy day, 11 a.m. kickoff in Jordan-Hare. But there was rumors all week, and there was some stuff kind of leaked out. This was 2009, so social media was just getting started. It wasn't quite what it is now. But there was leaks about maybe blue pants. There was a picture of a blue helmet. So that's another option there is the, and maybe an all blue. Our guy, Ike Jones was talking, and Mike G and C-Dub, they were talking on the War Report, the weekend tailgate Sunday, about maybe like a midnight blue out, have the whole crowd wear blue and the team come out in all navy blue. I think that will look good. I never really trusted Under Armour to pull it off on the football side of things. I think that our baseball uniforms look really clean. I love the all blue baseball uniforms. Not a fan at all of anything the last 4 or 5 years basketball uniform wise. I think they were terrible. So I just didn't really trust. Under Armour was hit or miss. And obviously the football being the flagship program of the athletic department, the uniforms being something we all take a lot of pride in. I never really trusted Under Armour to get that right. But Nike, if we're going to go alternate, then I trust it in the hands of Nike. Just, if you're going to go blue on blue on blue, you don't have to do nothing crazy. Keep the same uniform scheme and the same design, just change the colors. And I think it would look sick. So I've really done a complete 180 on this. And I'm not clamoring. Like I said, I'm not pounding the table clamoring for alternate uniforms. But for me, this day and age, the NIL age, where everything is about branding and social media, The players want it. More players want alternate uniforms than ones that don't. Now, there's some true dogs out there that are probably like, I don't care. I just want to go play football. And to those guys, just know that you're my favorite kind of player. But there are a lot of kids that want to rock it. And it's a big part of, you see a lot of schools, the uniform combinations being a big part of the recruitment. And I'm not saying that kids pick schools because of uniform combinations, but it doesn't hurt. Like you've seen a school like Oregon be able to tie that into their whole gig. And I don't ever want Auburn to go Oregon to where you have them a different uniform every single week, right? That's a little ridiculous. I think Oregon, excuse me, that's just clownish the way they do it. And some of those look that they bring out are clean. But I mean, they're switching them out every single week, and some of them look ridiculous, like the pink ones and the silver wings, and just some of the stuff they do, the lime green pants and all that. It's just really outrageous. So I wouldn't want to see Auburn go that route, but I gave you some examples earlier of schools that I do like, the traditional schools that have been able to pull it off. Final part of this is when do you wear them? If you're going to wear alternate uniforms, when do you wear them? There's been some different opinions on this. Some people on social media I kind of posted my thoughts about this on X a couple of days ago, and people were saying, yeah, I'm kind of with you. It seems like a lot of the older people have kind of changed their mind as well, saying, all right, if you're going to do this, that's fine, but don't do it versus like a big team. Like, don't come out versus Georgia, rocking the all blue or rocking the orange for the first time in forever. And I think that makes sense, because if you come out in like all orange or something like that, all blue versus Georgia, and then you get smacked by 30, it's going to look stupid, and you're never going to convince any of the old heads ever again that it's something that needs to happen. Like, it'll kill the alternate uniform debate forever. So I think the first time Auburn's going to do it, maybe, when you got the Ball States, the Southern Miss, you have those opportunities. A game like that, I would say like a Kentucky at home. It's still an SEC game, but it's a game you should win. It's at home, SEC, so the crowd's gonna be into it. It's a conference game. I think that would be one, and it would be Kentucky's not the biggest game on the schedule, right? So maybe that would be something that would add some extra interest to that game. And then it would give the boys, come out fired up and want to get the dub in the new uniform. So I understand. I definitely am in line with that sentiment that you don't want Auburn to rock them in a game like Georgia or Alabama. And just because those are also the classic games, right? Like, you keep the classic look for the classic games, pick a lesser opponent. But I will say this on that. I don't want to get negative on this pod, but like, Auburn's been so bad for over a decade now, especially the last 4 years, that it can't really get any more embarrassing. It's kind of like last year whenever DeMarcus Reddick was talking before the Iron Bowl, and normally my take would have been like, hey, kids, shut up and play the game. Why are you talking about Alabama before you play them? But it's been so bad at Auburn that, like, we already have been embarrassed enough. Like, can it get any more embarrassing type thing? So if we were winning a bunch of games and it was still, the Auburn football that we had saw for over 100 years and that we all fell in love with, then maybe my opinion on this would still be what it was 4 or 5 years ago. But the way college football has changed, just how bad Auburn's been in that time period that college football has changed, I just want to see Auburn win, man. I just want to see Auburn win. I don't care what they wear, truthfully. They could come out in overalls. Just win the game. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's not nearly as important to me as it used to be. Like, and that kind of sucks. But I want to see the sport of college football saved and preserved. Like, my concerns with the sport of college football have gone to much more serious issues, and Auburn, as an Auburn fan too, versus uniforms, And so that's just kind of where I'm at with it, guys. And Dad, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I know, but this is the world that we live in nowadays, and I wouldn't mind it, man. I just wouldn't mind it. If Auburn came out versus Kentucky, all blue, have the crowd wearing all blue, and then come out and win the game by 2 or 3 touchdowns, I think it'd be fun. I think the team would love it. The players will love it. And that's really the important thing. The players will love it. The recruits will love it. It would be fun for everybody. You could do all kind of social media stuff with it, marketing and all that. But I will say that if you rock alternate uniforms, boy, you better win them. Boy, you better win in them. Because people like my dad, people like your dad, they won't be happy. They won't be happy if Auburn comes out in some orange top, blue pants, something like that, and then get smacked. That would not be a good look. But we'll see, man. Very excited to see what this Nike partnership is going to bring for Auburn. You know, hopefully within the next couple of days, we'll start seeing some gear online that we can go purchase out with the Under Armour and with the Nike, man. Super fired up. Thank you guys for watching. Smash that thumbs up button if you have not done it already, and I'll see y'all on the next one. War Damn Eagle, baby.